What's up, guys? Welcome into another episode of the Michigan Recruiting Report. I am your host, EJ Holland. Today, we're going to be breaking down 5 key recruits I saw on the road. But before we do that, I want to invite you guys to subscribe to something new, YouTube Premium. Become a member. You can call it YouTube Premium, YouTube members, whatever you want to call it. But you can become a YouTube Premium member for $4.99 and get access to exclusive shows and intel. So if you miss the Tuesday show, if you miss the Wednesday Q&A show, you can get that exclusively by signing up and becoming a YouTube member for $4.99. And that also, if you're a Michigan football fan, which I assume you are, you'll also get access to the Ballas and Skeen show. All of these shows, the Tuesday, Wednesday recruiting show, the Ballas Skeen show, they will be behind the YouTube members paywall. So make sure to subscribe, become a YouTube member for $4.99 and get exclusive access to those shows. Those shows will be ad-free. We will be more willing to give out actual intel as opposed to scurrying around topics. And you get to support the Wolverine and everything we do here, so I can continue to travel around the country and see some of Michigan's biggest targets and commits. So again, take advantage of our new YouTube members, YouTube Premium subscription. It's only $4.99 a month. All right. Also, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for free. And like I said, we're going to be breaking down 5 key recruits I saw on the road. Let's talk about running back commit Donovan Johnson, one of the more fascinating commits for Michigan this cycle. Now, I say that because Donovan Johnson hasn't played a lot of football recently. His rankings are kind of all over the place. He's been out since his sophomore season. He missed all of his junior year due to a torn ACL. So I think a lot of people have been curious about his return. How is he looking? Is he progressing? Well, I can tell you after going out to see IMG versus Bergen Catholic in New Jersey last Thursday that Donovan is still being eased back into the mix. He played a couple of series in the second half, but only got 1 carry for 4 yards. So they're still trying to gradually let him return to full strength. So I think with Johnson, it's going to be a bit of a work in progress, and we'll probably have to wait about a month or 2 to really see him get some run at IMG. You know, I think Michigan is fine taking the risk on him because it is high reward. You know, at one point, Donovan Johnson was considered a 5-star level prospect. When he was a freshman, he was one of the most wanted prospects in the entire country. A lot of people projected him to be a 5-star. So, you know, I think the risk is worth the reward. Now, if he doesn't bounce back from injury as expected, you know, that's tough. Maybe you have a depth piece, but you still have Jasper Parker committed as well. And I think Tony Alford has Michigan in a really good spot with some elite 26 running backs like Javian Osborne and Savion Hyder and Javian Mallory. So it'll be interesting to see how Johnson continues to progress, but not much to report from my time seeing him live, other than he's still being eased back. So we have to continue to wait to see how he's going to rebound from that injury. All right, let's go ahead and stick with another commitment at IMG Academy, and that's offensive lineman Kaden Strahorn. Strahorn is a Michigan State legacy. His dad played at Michigan State and is still a commentator for the Spartans. So it was funny, I got to meet Jason after the game, and great guy, man. And he's fully supportive of his son's decision, which is no surprise. Any dad should be. I mean, he was beaming with pride out there. He was trying to help Kaden do some recruiting too. So, you know, that was fun to see, especially for a guy that's, you know, kind of a diehard Michigan State guy. But he's fully supportive of his son's decision. And Kaden's really happy with his commitment to Michigan, and he's set to enroll early. Now, the interesting thing about Kaden is he's playing right tackle for IMG. He's starting at tackle. He projects as a true center at Michigan. You see he's kind of undersized, or definitely undersized for a tackle at 6'2.5", 285 pounds. But that's completely fine for a center. When you look at Kaden Strahorn, he's very consistent. He's very physical. and he's very technical. He checks a lot of boxes, but he doesn't necessarily have the feet or the length to be a tackle. But even playing out of place at tackle at IMG against a really high-level team like Bergen Catholic, Strahorn more than held his own. It's really impressive to see an undersized kid like him play tackle. And I think that speaks volumes of the technique he has, of the physicality he has, and just the IQ he has for the game. Now, I think he'll be a much better center as he transitions to that at the next level. And he's actually been working some series at center. He got in one series at center when I saw him live. He's been working on center at practice. He had a private trainer at center this offseason. His dad played the center position at Michigan State. So I think he's going to make the transition just fine. But for now, he'll continue to play tackle. And I think you can spin that as a positive. And when I talked to Strahorn after the game, he told me that Sharon Moore and Grant Newsom were fully supportive of him playing tackle. But I think if you spin it as a positive, it'll help him in pass pro. You know, Jake Wanera, for example, last cycle started off as a tackle before transitioning to center as a senior. I think he had really good feet. He was advanced in pass pro. And I think Kaden Strahorn can gradually become more advanced in pass pro and be ready in that area of his game as he arrives at Michigan. So, again, I think Kaden Strahorn was physical, consistent, technical. There's a lot to like about him as a true center. All right, let's talk about Nathaniel Wu Bang, one of Michigan's biggest remaining targets in the 2025 recruiting class. Wu Bang, top 100 linebacker, really the biggest linebacker target on the board. There are a few other options that have popped up recently, but Michigan is still all in on Wu Bang. Now, Wu Bang did not play on Thursday. He's still recovering from a foot injury that'll keep him out another few weeks. But I did talk to him afterwards about his recruitment. You know, he still has that same group of schools, Michigan, Ohio State, USC, Notre Dame, but he's added Florida and Texas. I think Texas has emerged as a true dark horse. He was at Florida over the weekend, but, you know, that program's kind of in a state of disarray right now. I think Ohio State and USC have kind of faded off. So really, I could see this becoming a Michigan, Notre Dame, Texas battle. Michigan is still right up there. He loves the defensive scheme. He has a great relationship with Gene Mary as well as defensive coordinator Wink Martindale. He has two teammates already committed that we talked about, Donovan Johnson and Kaden Strahorn, that are consistently recruiting him. So, you know, I think Michigan will get him back on campus at some point this fall. He's trying to make it for the game against Texas this weekend. We'll see if that happens or not. It's going to be tough for travel to work out, but I could see him coming in for a later kickoff like the game against USC in a couple of weeks. Either way, you know, I think he'll visit those three schools this fall. He doesn't want to make a decision until November or December, so we'll see how it you know, works out for Wu Bang. Let's go ahead and transition to the 2026 recruiting class and talk about top 100 safety Zackariah Fort, also out of IMG Academy. Now, Zach Fort was having a terrific game all the way up until he suffered an injury right before halftime. He logged an interception. He was flying all over the field. He's listed at 5'10", 170. I think he projects great as a nickel for Michigan. I think he has a lot of similarities with current commit Kainoa Winston. So, you know, he's just one of those guys that's a headhunter. He has terrific speed. He's physical. He's instinctual. He makes plays on the ball. You know, when you watch Kainoa's film, you see a lot of that. So, you know, the resemblance is definitely there. I don't really see Ford as, you know, a safety or a corner. I think he is that, you know, true nickel, Mike Sainrisville, Kainoa Winston type of role there. Now, he's been to Michigan 3 times. He was, you know, on campus quite a bit last year, including for the game against Ohio State. Hasn't been back since then. The contact dropped off once Lamar Morgan was hired, and Morgan focused more on the 2025 recruiting class. But Morgan has reoffered Ford. He's reestablished contact. So, you know, now Ford is looking to come back in for a game later this fall, but a ton of competition here. You see the RPM has USC, Alabama, Ohio State in the mix as well. Let's stick with the 2026 recruiting class for our last prospect and stick in the secondary as well and talk about on 300 safety Andre Clark out of Richmond, Virginia. So after I saw IMG in Bergen on Thursday, I made my way back to Virginia on Friday and had a chance to see Clark live. And I know he's listed as a safety, but he played exclusively as a corner on the defensive side of the ball, also started at wide receiver and was also the punter, never came off the field. But he's a long, rangy, thinner kid, kind of in the same mold as Jair Hill. He's not as explosive as Hill was as a recruit, but he kind of the same type of athletic profile, similar stature, similar type of game. I thought he did a really good job on 300 wide receiver Travis Johnson, who he was matched up with throughout the night and was following around up until the last, quarter where Johnson got him for a touchdown. But other than that, I thought he was really solid at the corner position. Again, I know he's listed as a safety, but I could easily see him playing corner at the next level, maybe transitioning to safety, but he offers some flexibility on the back end. Now, he visited Michigan in June. He's looking to get back in the fall. And as you can see here, Michigan and Tennessee are the early front runners on the RPM in this recruitment. All right, guys, for more Michigan recruiting information, become a YouTube member, but also subscribe to thewolverine.com. It's Michigan, Texas week. We're running a special promo code right now, and you can use the promo code GOBLUE, and that'll take 50% off your annual membership at thewolverine.com. Again, that is promo code GOBLUE. Get everything insider team information as we head into one of the biggest games of the season, and get everything insider Michigan recruiting information as we head into a big recruiting weekend as well over at thewolverine.com. So again, 50% off your annual membership. Just use that promo code GOBLUE. And like I said, guys, like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, make sure to check out YouTube members, and we'll see you with another Michigan recruiting report as I get back out on the road this week.